your family, your brother, like who else was kind of in your ear to guide you in the right direction? Because you said you didn't want any yes men around you. So even at a young age, so who was kind of in your circle helping you out in your community doing that?
Yeah, there was a guy who worked at Niles West, and his name was Mr. V, and he worked in the tenant office. And every day I would see him. He he was a really good friend, and he was a really good financial guy. And I would go to him every single day, and we would just talk. And every once in a while, when the days that we maybe had a game, I didn't really want to go to class. He would help me write notes and make sure I get a little nap here and there. Um, but we would just talk, and he always would say, he's like, I know you're gonna be, successful at whatever you do, but always sign your checks. He would give me like financial tips. And he was like, you need to learn how to save your money. Save more than you spend. Save more than you spend. He's like, to study about money, like read the stock market, do the stock market. I'm like, okay, Mr. V. And every day he would just give me tips about saving. Every day he would just give me tips about money. He's like, hey, don't be like this guy. Don't spend your, like, he would just like give me little stories about people who like, made it and failed, or people who made it and did this. And,
Yeah.
and I would just go in there, and it's like, okay. Like, and I think a lot of times people don't want to be around older people. They're like, you're just always nagging all the time. And it's like, no, a lot of people, they've lived. Like, they may not be a philosopher, they may not have all these doctorate degrees, but they've lived. And having older people around give you wisdom. And so I always try to keep older people around. And that's with basketball, aka Steve, right? Like, I want older wisdom because they just live life. Like, and life is the best teacher. So having Mr. V like was a big part of my community because I saw him every day for 4 years. And so that's a lot of wisdom that I didn't need to have to go read a book, because he's like,
Yeah.
hey, I used to work at the board of trade, and this is all the dumb mistakes I did. Don't do this, and it's like, okay, like this is a living book right here, right? So like finding people who've done it and like asking
Yeah.
them questions, it's like the best thing. And that's what, like, Kobe was like the best at that. He's like, listen, like, ask questions, like call up someone, be like, hey, how do you do this? Like, doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter what, if you have a question about something, just ask the question. Like, it's okay if they, it's like, take away your pride and just ask. And so like I would just find people who would tell me stuff and like build my small community that way. And I'm always grateful for that, because those small little tidbits, like, they definitely last. I always remember that. Like,
Yeah.
sign your own checks, man. You sign your own
Sign
checks.
your
No
own
one else
checks.
signs your own checks but you. I'm like, all right, Mr. V, can you give me
Yeah.
that late pass so I can get to class? Like, I'm
Yeah, I
30
swear.
minutes late.